This is a story for all of you applying for a visa to Australia. It's about trusting the Australian government that their website offers actually mean what they say. When you accept that offer, apply and pay your money, you act in good faith and expect Australia to do the same. The Australian Immigration Minister, Andrew Giles, expressed in the past that he is committed to ensuring all visas are processed. He recognises the importance of acting in good faith towards other in-visa applications. He said this at a migration conference in October 2022. Behind every application sits a person, a family, a worker, a business, lives in limbo, the ongoing uncertainty for people not knowing when, or if at all, they could come to Australia or remain here. This is something he continued to echo in other speeches.
I'm committed today and going forward to changing this approach, moving from neglect to respect.
There appeared compassion and understanding that applicants needed trust in the system, trust in the government, and that their visas would be processed. Most of all, applicants dealing with the government should feel respected. When the government placed on its website nearly a decade ago a visa called the Skilled Recognised Graduate Subclass 476, and all it required was applicants to be recent engineering graduates, of course they were going to get a big response. Not just any engineering graduates though, they wanted fresh graduates from only the best universities around the globe. These institutions had to be recognised by the prestigious Washington Accord, one of the highest recognition of qualifications agreed upon by engineering societies worldwide. Australia wanted to vacuum up the youngest and brightest engineers out there, and of course many were happy to come to gain Australian work experience. There was nothing on the Immigration Department's website that this visa was a lottery system. There was nothing on their website that said there was going to be a cap on the numbers. Everybody who applied had a realistic expectation they would gain their visa. These visa applicants trusted our government and made plans upon the knowledge that tens of thousands of people before them had their visas granted year after year. Sadly, the pandemic halted arrivals to Australia, but the Immigration Department left the visa open to applications. So of course, fresh graduates kept on applying. The hopes and dreams of these young engineers kept piling up. No one in the department thought that tapping the brakes might be a good idea.
Not good. Hit the brakes!
On the contrary, the former Immigration Minister announced in March 2022 to extend the 476 visa for 24 months, stating the following. This measure recognises the importance of qualified engineers to Australia's economy, particularly as we continue to manage the COVID-19 recovery, Minister Hawke said. When visas began to be granted again, many applicants were in the system now for more than 2 years. Unfortunately, the department began processing those who applied recently first and left the older ones just sitting there with uncertainty. For thousands of 476 visa applicants, trust in the system was beginning to fade. After many started complaining about the apparent standstill of their applications, suddenly in September 2023, requests were sent out by the Immigration Department for medical tests to be completed again. Confidence seemed to be restored, for such requests are usually only made in the final stages of visa processing. Accordingly, many rushed out to do their second medical test and provided updated documents. However, in December last year, just 3 days before Christmas, the Department of Home Affairs Minister shattered their dreams. Claire O'Neill signed a document that the 476 visa was now capped and ceased. This meant that all applications waiting to be finalised were as if they had never been made. However, declaring applications as never been made is really as if you are told you never really existed. Such a strategy ensures no rights of appeal can be made. This is something that all visa applicants should fear. To be treated with such disrespect, to suffer such injustice. To treat a single individual with injustice is bad enough, but to treat over 7,000 in a single blow diminishes Australia's reputation of being a fair and democratic country. There have been 2 major instances where Australia has reneged on their part of the bargain and pulled the rug out from under those waiting for their visas. Once was in 2015 and now in December 2023. In 2015, about 18,000 permanent residency visa applicants were told by the then acting Immigration Minister Michaela Cash of the Liberal Party that they were no longer wanted. It raised such a concern, which was also echoed in the general media at the time. I never thought a government would dare use such an unjust tactic again. Relying on the earlier words and sentiment of Andrew Giles, no one would have guessed the Labor government would act in such a manner. After Christmas, our channel soon became flooded with comments and videos from the victims of this draconian decision. They expressed their anger and disappointment at the injustice of the Australian government's actions. All they want is their visas to be processed, and they are not interested in their application fees being returned.
Hi, my name is Osama Iftikhar. I applied for Skilled Graduate Subclass 476 visa on 23 June 2022.
The recent decision by Australian government to keep and seize this particular visa without any prior notification is really disheartening and has put it in trauma many of the applicants who have received S56 requests and are waiting for their grants from 2 to 3 years.
I am mentally very depressed because of this decision.
And they are not just rejecting this visa, they are crushing young generation's dreams. Those boys, those engineers were dreaming of working in Australia.
It's very disheartening for me, and this is very unfair decision.
More than 7,000 applicants, including me, are affected by this sudden notification. And not only 7,000 engineers or applicants, also their families are in deep trauma.
I skipped many opportunities due to this subclass visa. For example, I got admission in Italy. I also got job opportunities from Saudi, UAE, Qatar. After applying this visa, during my wait, I had skipped a number of opportunities and cancelled many plans just to get this grant.
This is a very injustice with me. How can Australian government do this to me?
I rejected many job offers from the many other countries like Saudi Arabia and UAE.
And because of this capping of this visa, not only my money is wasted, but the time, 4 years, more than 4 years, I have invested in it. My emotions, like my family pressure and the sadness and the different anxiety, it grew me inside me.
I applied for a government job that was a professional job, but I refused that job because they were asking me to sign a 2-year bond with them that I will serve with them for 2 years.
Like I have wasted 2 important years of my life into this process. I wasted that Chinese scholarship because of this process. Who will return me that job offer of Dubai, which I rejected because of this process? I changed all my plans because of this process. Moreover, no merit was followed in this process. Like in 2000, many applicants who applied after us got visa. And we kept waiting. And at last, they put a cap on this visa.
And our families are so much affected by this cap. Hope so you will review this cap, and in upcoming time you will get a very good news. Thank you so much.
What struck me was that they represented young people passionate about the importance of justice. In all of these videos, they all stressed that justice matters. What really concerns me is why doesn't it matter to us? Breaching trust and treating visa applicants with such disrespect should be the concern of all Australians. Politicians need to ensure their decisions match the will and integrity of the majority of its citizens. I can't see treating 7,000 visa applicants unjustly reflects the goodwill of Australians to the international community. This decision should be revisited, and justice, fairness, and respect for one another should prevail.